go to slideshow and then
Okay.
beginning, or from the beginning or whatever.
Sorry.
Do you know cards?
I think it'll be good. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'm Claire O'Brien. This is my persuasive speech. So we've all experienced sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper, and wondering how is this even possible? And growing up in Southern California, I was very used to having to factor in about 30 minutes into our travel time to get anywhere. And I'm sure that you've all experienced this as well, even if you're not from Southern California, because traffic in big cities is excruciating. And today, big cities are looking at alleviating this problem through a concept of road-space rationing. And according to McCormick of The Verge in 2013, these policies that were implemented majorly during the Beijing Olympics have now served a larger purpose. So, due to pollution and poor traffic conditions, Los Angeles should implement the concept of road space rationing, mainly that cars can only be driven 6 out of 7 days. But in order to understand where the solution comes from, we must first understand the true problem. So, the biggest problem that cities face is smog. And over the past half century, Los Angeles has done an incredible job of decreasing the smog in the valley. However, according to Souder and USA Today in 2015, LA is the fifth most polluted city in the United States, and it has the highest pollution out of any metropolitan area in the country. This leads to poor health conditions for the over 1 million asthmatics living in Los Angeles in such an active city. Furthermore, Los Angeles wins the award for the worst traffic in the United States, according to a study from NBCLA in 2015. The average citizen spends about 25 minutes per day stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, which equals about 95 hours per year. Furthermore, the congestion rate in Los Angeles is also the worst, with an average of 39%, and this increases to 80% congestion rates during rush hour. So now let's talk about what road space rationing is. In road space rationing, you've all experienced it, maybe without knowing it, because toll roads is an easy example of road space rationing. However, in cities like Mexico City, Bogota, London, Beijing, and Singapore, according to Cambridge Systematics in 2007, have implemented further steps of road space rationing, including a license plate lottery and license plate delegations. So the way that it works by use of supply and demand is that if you think of the red line as like traffic, like levels of traffic, then before road space rationing, you're paying a lot. So you're spending a lot of time in traffic. However, by cutting down the demand of cars on the road, you get less traffic. So that's just a supply and demand thing. So now what can be done? What's the solution for this problem? And there's a couple steps that we must take to be able to figure it out. And the first is delegating where this would take place. So this is the Los Angeles County limits. And as you can see, there are certain cities that have their own limits, such as Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, and Culver City. However, to maximize enforcement efforts, it would be best if all of it was included in the road space rationing. And then the next step would be to focus on the park and ride system, which is really prominent in Southern California. And it's where you can park your car for free. And according to Linton and the LA Street Blogs in 2014, most park and ride centers located at metro and bus stations are free currently. However, some of them in North Hollywood are really expensive. So encouraging a free system would also help to bump up the usage of public transportation, which is really important to this plan. And the main idea behind road space rationing is this. And so it's the license plate delegation. So this license plate ends with a 6. So they would only be eligible to drive every day of the week except Thursday. And on Thursday, they would have to, they'd be nudged in the direction of using public transportation instead of driving their car. And this, according to the Cambridge Systematics in 2007, was the policy implemented in Mexico City. And during this time, the volume of cars decreased by 20% on the road, and the subway usage increased by 6.6%. So we can see that it truly had value for its citizens. And the last step to this would be police enforcement. So the California Highway Patrol and the Los Angeles City Police would be responsible for enforcing this new policy. And this also comes with a risk, however, because in Beijing, where road space rationing in this policy is also implemented, 47.8% of well-off Beijing citizens cheated this system, according to a transportation research study conducted in 2013 by Wang Xu, Zhang, and Qin. So some may say that this shows that this policy is not able to be fully implemented. However, the policy that stands in Beijing allows for citizens to only be fined a certain amount of money instead of having more severe punishments, such as license suspension and even not being able to drive your car the whole time. So if Los Angeles was to do this type of policy, a higher rate of punishment would be necessary for breaking the rules, because overall it is about bettering the lives of everybody else in regards to traffic and decreasing smog in the city. So it's truly something that citizens can get behind. So we've seen that this policy has been effective in lots of countries and cities, and that's for sure that Los Angeles could also benefit greatly from this in regards to decreasing traffic and also furthering the benefits of decreased smog in the city. Thanks.